Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bestowal Talks, the podcast where we decode complex supply chain challenges and turn them into clear, actionable business insights for today's leaders. I'm your host, and in this episode, we're diving into a topic that sits right at the heart of manufacturing excellence: multi-level production planning with SAP IBP. For many organizations, production planning still happens in silos: finished goods here, components there, capacity somewhere else. The result? Firefighting, surprises, and last-minute decisions. Today's conversation is about breaking those silos and understanding how SAP IBP enables truly connected end-to-end production planning, from raw materials to finished goods. Joining us today is Pranjali, an experienced SAP IBP consultant who has worked closely with organizations managing complex, multi-plant, multi-level supply networks. She brings hands-on insights into how multi-level production planning works in the real world, not just in theory. So whether you're a supply chain leader, a planner, or someone involved in strategic decision-making, this episode will help you see why multi-level planning is no longer optional. It's a competitive advantage. Let's get started. So, let's start simple. When leaders hear multi-level production, it sounds technical. From a business perspective, what does it really mean?
At its core, multi-level production means planning end-to-end, from raw materials all the way to finished goods. Most businesses don't just buy everything externally. They produce semi-finished goods internally, which then feed into finished products. In SAP IBP, multi-level production allows demand for a finished good to automatically create dependent demand across every level of the BOM: components, sub-assemblies, capacity, and even upstream suppliers.
So instead of planners firefighting level by level, they get a connected view?
Exactly. Leadership gets visibility into questions like, if demand spikes by 20%, where will the real bottleneck occur? Raw material, machine capacity, or an intermediate plant?
Can you walk us through a real-world scenario?
Sure. Imagine an electronics manufacturer. Finished good, smart home hub. Semi-finished good, assembled circuit board. Raw materials, chips, resistors, casings. The finished product is assembled in Plant A. The circuit board is produced in Plant B. Chips are sourced globally. When sales suddenly commit to a large promotion, demand for the smart home hub increases. In SAP IBP, that single change automatically triggers production for the finished good, explodes demand for circuit boards, triggers production at Plant B, explodes demand for chips, checks capacity at both plants. All of this happens in one integrated planning run.
That's powerful, especially compared to spreadsheets.
Absolutely. Without multi-level planning, leaders often discover problems too late, when production is already delayed.
Let's break down the building blocks. What are the key concepts leaders should understand, even if they're not in the system daily?
There are 4 big ones. 1. Multi-level BOMs. IBP models unlimited BOM levels, allowing components to be both produced and consumed. 2. Production source of supply. This defines how and where a product is produced. 3. Resources and capacity. Machines, lines, or labor groups with finite capacity. 4. Planning algorithms, heuristic or optimizer. From a leadership lens, this means decisions are no longer siloed. A demand decision is also a capacity and cost decision.
And IBP propagates that automatically.
Yes, that's the beauty of integrated planning.
You mentioned algorithms. How should leaders think about heuristic versus optimizer?
Great question. Heuristic is fast. It's excellent for rough-cut planning and scenario simulations. It helps leaders see where the bottlenecks are. Optimizer is strategic. It considers costs, capacity, priorities, and trade-offs simultaneously. For example, an optimizer can decide, should we produce internally or buy externally? Is it cheaper to delay a low-priority product to protect a strategic customer?
So optimizer supports decision-making, not just planning.
Exactly. That's why leadership involvement is critical in defining priorities and cost parameters.
Can you quickly walk us through the high-level steps?
Sure. Keeping it simple. Master data setup. Products at every BOM level. Locations, plants, suppliers, resources and capacities. Define production sources of supply. How each product is produced, lead times and resource usage. Maintain production BOMs, component relationships and quantities. Configure planning area. Key figures for demand, supply, capacity. Correct planning levels. Run supply planning, heuristic or optimizer. Analyze results and exceptions. Iterate and hand over. Refine assumptions. Transfer plan to execution systems. For leaders, the takeaway is data discipline is non-negotiable.
What challenges do you typically see businesses struggle with?
3 common ones. Missing intermediate production data. One broken link can invalidate the entire multi-level plan. Over-detailed models. IBP is for medium to long-term planning, not minute-level scheduling. Change management. Planners and leaders must trust the system, not override it constantly. When leadership aligns on planning horizons and decision ownership, IBP delivers huge value.
As we wrap up today's episode, one thing becomes very clear. Multi-level production planning is not just a technical setup in SAP IBP, it's a leadership-driven capability. When demand, supply, capacity, and costs are planned together, organizations move from reactive decision-making to proactive, confident planning. And as we heard today, when implemented correctly, SAP IBP doesn't just highlight problems, it helps leaders make the right trade-offs at the right time. A big thank you to Pranjali for sharing such practical and relatable insights and for breaking down a complex topic into something every business leader can understand and apply. If your organization is struggling with disconnected planning, capacity surprises, or limited visibility across production levels, this is exactly where SAP IBP and the right implementation partner can make a difference. At Bestowal Systems and Services, our expert consultants work closely with leadership teams to design and implement SAP IBP solutions tailored to your business goals, data maturity, and decision-making needs, from demand and supply planning to advanced multi-levels. If you'd like to explore how SAP IBP can bring clarity and control to your supply chain, our team is here to help. Don't forget to subscribe to the Bestowal Talks for more insights on supply chain strategy, SAP innovations, and real-world planning challenges. Until next time, plan smart, stay resilient, and keep moving forward with confidence.